DinoPod.
Hello and welcome back to DinoPod. This week we are talking about The Simpsons, as this year is actually the 30th anniversary of The Simpsons. So let's just give you a little bit of background on what The Simpsons is for some viewers who don't know, although you should know what The Simpsons is.
Everyone knows what Simpson is.
Do they though?
Even if they never watched it, if you tell them, you know The Simpsons, they're like, yeah, they're the yellow characters.
Also, Mitchell and Rita are here, Tim.
Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't introduce us.
You didn't introduce us.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. So here we have Rita and we have Mitchell join us today.
Tim hates us.
Tim hates us.
How dare you?
We knew this already, Tim, but, you know.
Yeah, I try not to show it so too much, you know.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm so sad right now.
I
Very
mean,
depressed.
I mean, we're all broke, kind of, uni students with nothing going on, so we're all a little bit depressed, so it's fine. Let's move on.
So as I say, The Simpsons have been going for 30 years, and of course, we know it's an American animated sitcom created by, of course, Matt Groening. So Groening created a dysfunctional family and named the characters after his own family members, substituting Bart for his own name. So The Simpsons started as shorts on the Tracy Ullman Show on April 19th, 1987. After 3 seasons, the sketch was developed into a half-hour primetime show and became Fox's first series to land in the top 30 ratings in 1989. Since its debut on 1989, December 17th, there have been 666 episodes of The Simpsons.
666.
With number 666 being the 30th anniversary Halloween special, Treehouse of Horror.
So,
makes sense.
That makes sense,
Yeah.
But, fucking, there's been so many episodes, like, since it first came out, everyone, if there's an idea, the joke Simpsons did it is actually a thing. Because they've done so many flipping episodes and done
They've done everything.
They've literally done everything.
That's why they keep predicting the future.
So come on to that. I was going to come on to that. I've got a list of...
right, let's do...
They just throw everything at the wall.
Let's fucking throw it. And then what they'd be like is like, right, we've got Halloween
Wouldn't
to
it
do.
be funny if Donald Trump became president?
Wouldn't it be funny if he
And
walked...
then he came out down the escalator.
That would never happen.
But did you know The Simpsons also predicted the horse meat scandal?
Wait, the what?
The horse meat scandal of 2013.
I don't remember that.
Okay.
You explain the story.
Okay, so in 2013, there was a couple of food companies in the UK, mainly, was it Findus? Findus were one of them.
Bernard Matthews. I don't know. I don't know Bernard
Was
Matthews.
it Birdseye?
Big meat companies.
Yeah.
Yes. They found horse meat in their food, so...
And it was mainly Tesco's that sold it.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
It could be worse, yeah.
So, The Simpsons predicted this in the 5th series in the early 90s, with Lunch Lady Doris adding horse parts to a typical Springfield elementary lunch.
Sounds about right.
That sounds about right. The Simpsons predict fucking everything. Also, a bit of foreshadowing, Simpsons actually predicted 9/11 as well,
Yes,
which
they
is
did.
next week's episode. So I'm putting it in now, so I can't not do it. Hey.
Wait, did they? Seriously?
No, they did. There was a clip where Lisa had a picture, had a flyer of
New York trips.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was for $9 and it had the two Twin Towers in the background.
Yep.
So it looked like 9/11.
And it was the Twin Towers. It's
That's stretching it a little bit, but okay.
not really, because it had 9 and she folded the piece of paper for it only to have the Twin Towers there, and then it spelled out 9/11.
Okay, Jesus.
Come on, telling me that I know.
Oh my god.
I know. We're not getting into this.
Yeah.
I know this is completely fluke because I had no idea that it was being staged
Just
anyway.
coincidence.
Yeah,
It's not wasn't staged.
because
let's not get into it.
we know that it was staged, but Matt Groening wasn't going to know, so it was a complete fluke.
Or maybe he was the headmaster of everything, the head puppet.
I mean, we'll find out next week that The Simpsons actually calls 9/11.
Yeah, that's the whole episode.
Yeah.
Anyway,
go on, continue.
Go on.
So another one I got is, did you know that it also predicted that 20th Century Fox would buy Disney?
That didn't happen. What you mean is that Disney would buy...
Yeah, Disney buys 20th Century Fox.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Disney's going to buy everything
They
in a couple of years.
They predicted that in Series 10, which would have been the late 90s. Obviously, that didn't happen until July 2018.
Yeah, till last year. Although it wasn't finalised.
Yes. So right now, Mitchell's just showing Rita a picture of the Simpsons predicting 9/11.
And then look what they've got. Look what Bart's holding. Money, because 9/11 was all about money.
Okay.
Mitchell, say that for next week.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
we'll come back to that.
Simpsons predict fucking everything, and it's creepy.
Okay, so my question is, why do you think this happens? Why do you think they predict stuff? Are they just good at...
You make 600 odd episodes, you're gonna make flukes.
Yeah, they just joke about everything.
But I mean, they got some things accurately right that no one could have predicted would even happen.
I think it's just coincidence.
Do you reckon?
I think so.
That's the thing. If you make enough allegations, one of them's got to be right sometime.
Yeah.
Even if it's 1 in 100, that's at least 6 times.
If I accuse everyone of being a murderer, at some point, one of them will be a murderer.
Yeah, but if you do that, you're going to be the prime suspect.
Maybe I am the murderer.
Oh god, here we go.
Oh god.
Yeah, like, at some
So,
point, she was right.
So, if you're saying you're the murderer, is this where Madeleine McCann went?
She's the last thing.
Oh, okay. We won't go into that.
Let's not.
We'll save that for a Madeleine McCann episode that Rita's going to do for us.
No.
Right, so
you said you were going to do it, and then you didn't do it.
Okay, so
I bailed.
Little tech things they predicted. Back in 1994, they predicted autocorrect on a digital device. And they also, in the same year earlier, I think 1995, they predicted the Apple Watch.
Tim,
I don't know. That's the thing. Because, devices, technology devices, they're kind of predicted by sci-fi movies. Because, the iPad, the phone, holograms and huge TVs, flat TVs, and whatever.
So, Tim, let me put
they're all been in sci-fi movies.
I'm going to put in perspective. In a 1968 episode of Doctor Who, they had a watch that they were using for, it was called the Ice Warriors. There was a clip where 2 people were talking from digital watches that looked like the Apple Watch directly to each other. And that was 50 odd years ago.
Crazy.
In 2001, Space Odyssey, we have artificial intelligence.
Yeah. Which, and do you know what? Do you know they have, the Apple, there was that same one with the autocorrect, it was like an Apple device, because it had people say that they predicted the iPhone, they're wrong, because Apple created a device called the Newton, which was a personal device.
Yeah.
And it was basically them ripping that off. It wasn't them predicting the iPhone.
Yeah.
So people always jump to the conclusion without actually knowing the history of, say, Apple or the history of sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's things that The Simpsons predict that.
Yeah, almost every device that's coming out now or will come out in the future will probably be inspired by sci-fi movies.
Oh,
if we ever have holograms, that's definitely inspired by
We already have
sci-fi.
holograms.
Do we?
Yeah.
In everyone's phone. Sometimes when you see in movies, they call you tiny hologram, the person comes up.
You can do that.
How?
Wait, what?
Microsoft already have the technology to do that.
Do they?
Yes.
I'm not up to par.
So Microsoft have a whole living area that was powered. This was quite a few years ago. That everything you can control, not via touching it, and they can build a 3D model in space.
Yeah.
Because they require multiple projectors.
Oh, I think I've seen
going
that.
at it, which granted, it isn't the whole. There's one camera and it creates it.
Yeah.
It's.
It was me.
Put your
I'm so
phones on
sorry.
silence.
Oh my god.
So if you're listening, it wasn't your phone. It might be your phone, but it's not your phone. But yeah, no, you have 3 different I think 3 or 4 projectors, and they all project at the same place.
Yeah.
And
I
it
think I've seen
created
that.
a hologram. So yeah, it was done years ago, but holograms have been a thing for years and years and years.
Right, so moving on. Did you know in 1995 The Simpsons also predicted the Shard?
I didn't know that.
Very ugly, pointy building.
Yes,
Yes,
so-
I believe that.
The Lisa's wedding episode for 1995 came with a lot of unexpected predictions. During Lisa's trip to London, we see a skyscraper behind Tower Bridge that looks eerily similar to the Shard. And
It's a pointy building.
And it's even in the precise location of where the Shard is today.
So I'm going to quickly look at
there's a
this.
picture of it right there. Obviously you listeners can't see, but my Rita Mitchell can see.
I mean, how do you know it's a precise location?
And
It's like an estimate of like around the area, the same area.
and also,
Also, that looks like any pointy building.
there's so many places in Europe that have pointy buildings the exact
Yeah.
same. So the likelihood is they probably at the time either went on, it wouldn't be Google, they probably looked at books and went, right,
Pointy buildings.
pointy buildings, they look a bit futuristic. I mean, the tallest building in the world looks like a pointy building.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
More predictions so we can debunk.
this whole episode isn't going to be The Simpsons debunked because we aren't experts. I mean, I'm not an expert.
I am.
Rita's an expert.
I'm an expert in
She
everything.
knows everything.
I have 15 degrees
Yeah, 15 degrees. I mean, I'm
of sadness.
Right, so I'm gonna...
Next one.
I've got a couple more to talk about.
I'm excited. Let's go.
So we got one with faulty voting machines. So back in 2008, The Simpsons showed Homer Simpson trying to vote for Barack Obama in the US general election, but the faulty machine changed his vote. 4 years later, a voting machine in Pennsylvania had to be removed because it kept on changing people's votes for Barack Obama to ones for the state's Republican rival, Mitt Romney.
I mean, that's just a faulty vote machine. Maybe.
But for a
How-
faulty
Also,
machine...
that's also a joke. I don't know if this the same
how
year or
much
before.
corruption goes on? Come on.
Also, that's a joke in like Parks and Recreation when what's her name? Leslie Knope is running for council. Her opponent has a machine where vote for Leslie Knope. Are you sure? Yes, and then like an image starts crying, and then are you sure? We'll give you
Give you a second
we'll
chance.
give you a candy bar, and like you basically had to vote for your person. So that's a common joke.
Yeah, no, that's stuff like political corruption has been going on since there were politics.
Yeah.
So, I understand, like, it's kind of close, but noted.
Okay.
But again, there's been jokes in other shows about it. It's
Yeah.
And besides that, there are some countries out there that the whole system is based on corruption anyway. So
Yeah.
having that was just... Go on to the next one. We want to
Next
debunk
one.
these.
Well,
Let's
I'm
go.
gonna move on slightly from the predictions that have come true
Whoa.
to predictions that they made which haven't come true yet, because this is interesting.
Okay,
Okay.
go on.
So, back in 2005, they invented hover cars. Could you see hover cars coming in the future?
I mean, I think they're trying to make them. Kind of.
Hover cars already exist.
Do they?
Do you remember the Top Gear episode where they had the
Oh, what, the Ford Transit on...
no the Vauxhall Astra that was full of helium.
No, I don't know that. I remember the episode where they made a hover car out of a Transit and it failed completely.
No, that Tim, that wasn't a hover car. That was a hovercraft, like a water one,
Right.
that was made into a transit van. That wasn't a hover car.
Oh, I think I've seen that episode.
Yeah.
No, what I'm just gonna show you is this. It's a
I mean, I'm sure there are people trying to do hover cars right now. Working on them to make them commercial.
I mean, that's the thing. If there's money to be made in it, they would do it.
Yeah.
But I think hover cars that people see in like the Jetsons isn't gonna happen, because unless the politicians can make money from that, they won't do it. Because it's just one of those things. I'm trying to find a picture of it. Floating car. Right, so where is it?
Also, when in 10 years or 15, they do start exist for everyone, they will say Simpsons predicted. Which they didn't, because again, the Jetsons. Jetson was the 60s, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, they already done that. So
it's already. I'll show you this, Tim, and you tell me if this. I'm just showing him at the moment a clip from Top Gear, and I want you to make your mind up if you think this is a hover car. Just give it a second. Because hover cars have been around, really. The concept has been around for so long. So this is it. I know, shit quality. Welcome to 2004. So come on, let's skip ahead. This is great listening experience.
yeah, great content.
It does that look?
So that's supported by wires.
No, it's not.
No?
It's helium.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Until you realise how they did it. It's literally a helium balloon that looks like a car. So there is a hover car.
Technically, I guess.
Technically.
He fooled us all though.
I fooled it up. Got him.
Got him.
Okay, so how about virtual reality food?
Just go in a game of virtual reality that has food. What?
So
Tim, explain. What do you mean by virtual reality food?
Basically, in episode, they went to the year 2030.
Right.
And you put like a headset on, and you put loads of wires in your mouth, and it gives you an immersive experience like you're eating food. Could you see that potentially happening?
It kind of already is.
Kind of.
So, okay, put it in perspective. When you go to Disney parks, this is relevant. What they do is, depending on what area they go to, they introduce certain smells to relate to a thing.
Yeah. So
So if you go through a water ride, they'll introduce certain smells and things that you would relate to that. When you go through, I can't remember what the ride is called, but where they grow, I think it's in Epcot, they grow loads of flowers and things. They introduce artificial smells.
yeah.
So on that same basis, virtual reality, you could have, say, if you're eating a cheeseburger in the game, they can introduce a smell of the cheeseburger, and then just feed you, say, water that tastes like a cheeseburger. And
That
then
sounds disgusting.
it does, but your mind probably could be tricked into thinking that.
Maybe.
Granted, you're not going to get the nutritional value, but it is physically possible, but no one's going to do it because it's fucking pointless.
It also sounds kind of gross.
Oh yeah, fuck it.
Next one.
Water cheeseburgers.
They probably exist. There's sodas that taste like cheeseburgers, I think.
So they predicted that the Greece will have a financial collapse as well.
That was bound to happen.
Yeah.
And anyone watching politics knew that was going to happen.
The whole world had an economic collapse.
In 2000, was it 7 or 8? I can't remember the year.
2008.
2008. The whole world went for a financial crisis.
Yeah.
The only thing is, Greece is still in the. Greece hasn't recovered
Unfortunately.
because we're not doing politics.
Greece is a beautiful country.
Yeah, Greece is actually quite nice,
Well-
but we're not doing politics.
Well, my last one, before we move on to the next section, is they predicted the FIFA corruption.
Again, it's a multi-million dollar, billion
Trillion, probably. Billion.
company. Of course there's going to be corruption. I mean, come on.
If you put yourself in their shoes, they control the world's. I don't know if it's the world's biggest sport.
It is.
It is.
It is. For sure.
I don't know because
I think it is.
knowing like the Chinese, there's probably some random sport that they play that like everyone plays and it's not. I'm gonna Google this.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Football is the biggest sport in the world.
Yeah.
Even North Korea has a team that plays at World Cup.
Yeah.
Because I remember them playing Portugal once.
Did they?
Yeah, Portugal played North Korea at the World Cup. I remember watching that.
So soccer is number one.
Excuse me?
Soccer is number one.
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
Soccer is number one.
Excuse me?
Say it again.
You mean football?
Wrong.
You mean football?
No.
Go fuck yourself. It's soccer.
You're not American.
So soccer is number one.
Football.
Cricket is number two.
Okay.
Field hockey 3. Tennis 4. Volleyball 5. Table tennis 6. Basketball 7. Baseball 8. Rugby 9th. And then 10th is golf.
So American football is not even top 10. Ha! Take that, Americans. Nothing against Americans. A lot of things against Americans.
Well,
Anyway, your football sucks.
I think
European football, the rest of the world football is way better than American football.
Like,
Just saying.
Just a side note that I
Just
just
saying.
mentioned about obviously the Portugal.
American football is good though. It's so much fun.
Is it?
It is.
Is watching a game that stops every 5 seconds fun?
It's not about what you're watching. It's about the commentary that goes with it. That's where the whole excitement is down from. And when you get a touchdown, it's amazing because you wait so long and there's so many yardage that go between them, and then before long they get a touchdown, and that is amazing, especially if it's the team you support as well. Like American football, going to a game is top 10 on my bucket list. Going to like a New England going to the Super Bowl is I will make it one day. I will make it a thing. I don't care if I spend $5,000 on a
Nobody
ticket.
cares about the game during the Super Bowl. It's the commercials.
It's the atmosphere. When you
Sure.
watch soccer, all it is
It's not
is
soccer, it's football.
when you watch soccer, all
It's
it
football.
is you're watching the game.
Football.
But
It's
when
football.
you watch football, it's the whole atmosphere.
Clearly, you've never been to a football game, an actual football game,
I
or
have.
watched
Who
a
have you
football
watched?
game with Portuguese people.
I've been to Arsenal, Highbury, and Emirates. I've been to watch Barcelona in their stadium. I've been to watch Stevenage multiple times. So yes, am I well versed in this? Yes, I am. And
Never heard
I
Portuguese
watch in Highbury as
commentary.
well before
You
they close.
clearly never heard Portuguese commentary because you wouldn't understand it anyway.
You clearly haven't watched American football.
Yeah, because I don't want to
doing-
watch a sport where I have to do a 3-year course to understand it.
And also, in American football, they stop the game at half time and have like a 3-hour show with music acts playing.
Tim, no, that's just Super Bowl.
Still the same.
It's,
Half time during the World Cup final, you have like 15 minutes to back up for second half.
Also, you don't stop every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
yeah, because
Somebody
you
touches anything.
Yeah, but you need to. That's because they're doing analyzing. You can do analysis, and you can work out how the play is going to go on from after that.
You know how you work out how the plays goes on during a football game? You watch it.
But it's boring.
No, it isn't.
It's so much fun to watch.
How is it more fun watching people thinking about what's going to happen next than people actually playing the game?
Because I'm the same person who will go and watch a documentary over a drama. I'm the same person who will go.
That's not even the same thing.
Who will go and
And it's not mean you're learning something.
Have you ever been in the stands of a football match and your team scores a last minute winner?
Yes.
The scenes.
Yes.
It's unreal.
I agree, but I can imagine being in an American football game when your team finally gets a touchdown. I bet it's fucking insane. And if you win the Super Bowl, I bet that is ridiculous. And that's one of my number one bucket list. American football is the shit.
Moving
Anyway,
on, so as I was going to mention...
okay, we're going to link this back into The Simpsons. So,
Simpsons have football in it.
yeah,
Go on, Tim.
they have football, correct. Continue.
I was going to mention very briefly about this Portugal-North Korea game I was mentioning.
No, Tim, we're moving
North
on.
Korea actually told their country they won the game with Kim Jong-un scoring a winner.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
That sounds very...
Yeah, I remember him being on a horse During the game, like
And they
starting
even
yeah.
badly edited a CGI Kim Jong-un in celebrating.
Sounds about right.
Do you
I
remember?
believe
Do you remember
that.
Russell Howard's Good News where
That sounds
they
amazing.
did the promotional video for North Korea and it was them jumping through fire and doing amazing
Yes.
things?
I mean, the man is a superhero.
I was thinking more of the one for Vladimir Putin, where he's on the horse.
Oh, that is
Fucking
iconic.
Vladimir Putin and
A
he's
shirtless Vladimir Putin on a horse.
and then you have
He's the peak.
Berlusconi and his bunga bunga parties.
Yes.
Oh,
Bunga Bunga 69.
oh, I miss Russell Howard's Good News. Like the
So
Russell
much.
Howard hour is still good, but it's on Sky.
It's not good news.
It's on
It's
Sky. It's
nothing on Good
boring.
News.
Alright.
Do you know what they're
The
missing?
Simpsons have mentioned North Korea.
No,
Yes.
I was about to tie that in even better than that. Catch this segue. BBC Three, right?
Yes.
Had Russell Howard's Good News.
Yes.
Do you know what else they had?
The Simpsons.
Correct.
Yes.
Continue.
Right, so
How the fuck did we get so off topic?
If you guys get off topic on my episode, I will kill you.
So it's
Just
gonna...
saying.
I'm just gonna give you some little facts about The Simpsons, some little unknown things that you guys may not know.
I probably
And
know.
then we're gonna find out what Simpsons character you are.
Oh, here we go. Fucking BuzzFeed incoming.
Right, so in the opening scene, Maggie used to read up on the cash register as $847.63
Yeah.
because in 1989 that was the estimated price of raising a baby for 1 month.
That's expensive.
That sounds kind of far fetched. It's having done an animation degree. Well, because I did. When you're doing things like that, you're probably just coming up with a number.
Just on a side note, if you hear anything
Was that
interference...
confirmed by the creators?
Yeah. Think so, yeah. So, just if you guys hear a noise, we are by a conservatory and it's currently teeming down with rain. Hashtag welcome to England.
Wait, what? It's teeming down with rain.
Teeming down with rain.
Never heard that one before. Okay.
Neither have I, so it's not even a Brit. It's a Welsh thing.
Ugh.
So-
Disgusting.
It takes between 6 to 8 months to create one episode.
I mean,
Yeah, I believe that.
I believe that 100%. Well, actually, no, I don't. I don't believe that. I think that's less.
I mean,
This
Probably
was from
not
the
at the
Fox
beginning.
website.
So, do you mean?
but they
from...
have changed the animation since. So now it's
Oh yeah, that's true. It's all full HD and.
yeah. So
Yeah.
So, are you on about from initial concept
this is a
to
new
final broadcast?
Yeah, this is from...
Okay, that's fine. I thought you mean like the actual time that it takes an animator to make it,
So
because
if you
that's probably
think-
about 3 months.
You know, if you think...
probably.
Talk about thunder on an airplane, but hey ho,
Thunder and lightning, very very frightening.
Galileo!
Galileo.
Galileo, let me know.
You go right.
I'm-
Difficult. Can we get this out, please?
To tie that in The Simpsons, there was a sketch where a guy leaves the theatre and he says, "You don't get struck by lightning twice," and he gets like killed.
Yeah.
Everything comes back to The Simpsons.
It does though.
So, have you guys ever watched The Simpsons and seen the clips from McBain?
I probably
No.
have.
I don't think so.
So, if you go from series 1, episode 1 to the latest series, all the clips I show of Rainier Wolfcastle with McBain, you can put all the clips together and it makes a whole full-length movie. So there's the full-length movie hidden within The Simpsons.
Jesus.
That surely is a fluke.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
I'm going to take over for a second. When did you guys first start watching Simpsons?
When I
Okay.
was very young. When I was very, very young.
I've
And what channel did you watch it on?
I've never regularly watched The Simpsons. I've watched some episodes when I've got on TV.
Mhm.
I have no idea when I started.
And what
watching
channel
them.
is it on?
It was probably Fox something. Because in Portugal we have some different Foxes. But
So
it
it's
was
not-
probably Fox.
So does Portugal have like a national broadcaster?
We do, yes. It was not on that.
Because in the UK, when it was on BBC, so our broadcaster, on BBC Two at 6 o'clock, I think 6 or 7 o'clock.
It's Channel 4, isn't it?
Was it? No, it was BBC originally. Then it went Channel 4 at 6 o'clock. Then it went to Sky.
But it's on both now. So you got Channel 4. You got Channel 4 at 6 o'clock now.
Yeah.
And then from 6:30 to about 9, you got back to back episodes on Sky One. I remember when going back about 10 years ago, Virgin Media took away Sky One from us.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So I missed my Simpsons fix, but now it's back. You know, I do, if I'm in, I do regularly watch The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, look.
So in Portugal, it's on Fox TV.
Tim, on BBC Two, The Simpsons from November 1996 to May 2004. Bam.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's got around a bit.
Yeah, so the reason Matt Groening called the town Springfield was because there are dozens of cities with that name in the United States, so they can keep fans guessing of which state the Simpsons actually live in.
Do you know in America there was...
Oh, apparently it was on my on the national broadcast, which is RTP, Radio and Television Portugal. I don't remember ever being
That's a
there.
very original name.
I remember
Does it
being on
have
Fox.
adverts? Does it have adverts?
It does. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah.
So it's not like the BBC where
It's not
everyone
at
pays for it.
BBC, but it is the state TV kind
TV country. Did you know in America there's an actual do you know the street that Simpsons are on?
Yeah.
In America there is actually a full reproduction of it,
Yes.
and some guy actually brought it and he lives there, and it looks identical, as in the same
really
colours,
cool.
the same colours, the same size, the same design.
That sounds really cool.
I'm going to try and show you a picture. Simpsons.
And this is where Mitchell will insert a picture.
I ain't doing no editing.
You do anything for
need
it.
stop bringing up pictures.
So if you
Because
guys
nobody will know what we're
just
talking
Google
about.
Simpsons in real life, because I guess you're all probably watching from your phone or something while you're on the train or on the shit.
It's probably going to show people who look like Simpsons characters.
Simpsons in real life house.
Yep.
Where is it?
They also made
Yep.
a Lego.
There you go.
That's pretty cool.
It looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So basically, if you type in Simpsons in real life house, there's an actual place for it, and it was auctioned off in 1997, and once someone actually won it in a contest, which is pretty amazing. Tim,
The fuck, Tim?
please turn your.
Phone on. It is on silent, my phone.
How?
It clearly isn't.
It clearly isn't.
Most people probably have got iPhones, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm being honest, and so everyone's now just looking at their phone, panicking. Go on, continue.
Right, so Springfield Hillbillies, Cletus and Brandine have 44 children. Some of their names are Crystal Meth, Incest, Normal Head Joe, and Mary WrestleMania.
They sound like great names for children.
Well, it beats like, dumpster,
Does it?
alleyway. I mean,
Grit Bin.
Hey. Grit Bin
Grit Bin's a good name.
is a great name.
It's a very gritty name.
Yeah.
Gritty McGritface.
Gritty McGritface. So how does a kid? I'm gonna bring up two topics later on. How does like a show for children or that?
Simpsons has a lot of adult jokes in it. I don't think it's aimed at young children. There's a lot of jokes.
Simpsons is not aimed at children at all.
No.
How like? Do you remember the scene where Homer picks up Marge and was like, "I'm gonna take you to the car and I'm gonna be back in 5 minutes," and everyone's like, "Yeah," and there was a dial that went on the way to hot. I was like, and when I was a kid, I had no idea. Years later, I'm like, okay, I understand now.
Yeah, The Simpsons is not aimed at kids.
But
Kids watched it because it's animated, but it's not aimed at kids. Because also, like, I remember Marge like lingerie in a few episodes, and they do like a calendar where she gets naked.
oh yeah, and then they've got like, hang in there, kitty, it'll be all right, and it's just a reference to like depression and suicide.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
like,
for kids.
yeah, and then
Also, Homer is constantly drunk.
He's a irresponsible, childish dad who's always
And strangles is good.
Oh,
I mean, come on.
One topic I'm going to bring up. So the fact that the Quickie Mart is now pretty much gone, if I'm not mistaken.
Still there.
Wait, what?
No, Apu's gone, isn't he?
Yeah.
Wait, they got rid of Apu?
Yeah.
Is it because
Yes.
the problem with Apu?
Yeah, we won't go into it too much, but yeah. How the
Oh,
fuck
God.
did they get away with making all the sexual jokes, but Apu's just too far? That's a shame because he was such a good character as well. I liked him.
Yeah. I've seen that documentary, like, basically campaign how he's a bad stereotype. But every character in The Simpsons is a bad stereotype.
Yeah, that's true. And
If
the
you
fact
think
that
about
he's one of the only
And, like,
non-yellow character.
yeah, but it's also, like, a really good character. It's, like, one of the only
Technically,
successful
there's one more.
people.
Technically, you got Krusty the Clown.
Yeah. What's his name?
Isn't the doctor one of the doctors
Oh
also?
yeah.
What's the black guy's name?
One of his friends.
Mr. Dr.
Lenny.
Hibbert.
No.
Isn't Lenny?
Carl.
Lenny and Carl.
Carl.
Lenny and Carl, because they're always together.
You got Dr.
Yeah.
Hibbert as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But the fact that we have to think so hard is quite weird. But it's a shame.
No, but it's
I-
yellow. It's not. You're not
But-
Caucasian. I
But
guess.
technically, Mr. Smithers was black in the first episode, very first 3 episodes.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go again. Let's go onto Google
Oh
when
my
no
God.
one's gonna see, and Mitchell's not gonna bother to edit it in because he's lazy.
This podcast takes way too much homework for our viewers.
Yeah. Well,
The 3 viewers that we
There you
have.
go. That is a picture of Mr. Smithers in the first few series.
Wait, first few series, that's impossible.
I mean,
First few episodes, I understand. First few, nah.
Anyway,
Right.
But yeah, they actually got rid of Apu. I didn't know that.
Yes. Right, moving on. I've got
That's a bit okay.
2 little facts for you, then we move on and see which character you are. So, it's The Simpsons is the longest running show with the most guest celebrity appearances.
yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
And-
Including Michael Jackson.
Fox has the rights until 2082.
2082.
Yes.
So we're gonna have The Simpsons for 100 years.
So potentially, I might be able to buy The Simpsons if I survive till I'm like 100.
And this is the last little fact. which-
I'm so getting run over by a bus.
This is the one thing I think is quite niche.
Yeah.
So, showrunner Al Jean told the Onion AV Club in August that if the series ever ends, he would like the final episode to end with the arrival of the Christmas pageant from the first scene of the pilot episode, making the whole Simpsons series a continuous loop.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, before you go on to that, I want to just bring up one. I'm just gonna say one sentence, and it's gonna make you guys like go crazy.
Okay.
Simpsons Hit and Run,
Best game ever.
Never
fucking
played
amazing.
it. Never played it.
We
Well,
mentioned
so
this in
we've
episode
mentioned
1.
this game like 15 times now.
You just need to play. If there's one game that needs to be remastered, well, there's lots of games that need to be remastered. But if they imagine playing Simpsons Hit and Run like in good quality on your Switch. That'd be amazing.
When you guys come around to mine, I'll get it on my PS2 for you to play.
The Simpsons Hit and Run is actually amazing. The story's really good.
It's GTA for kids, essentially.
Not even for kids. It's for. We go back to it. The Simpsons isn't for kids.
The kids is The Simpsons is for kids. I was going to say the kids is for kids.
the
kids
kids
is
aren't
for
for Simpsons.
No. Yeah, The Simpsons is
But yeah, it's one of the
kids.
best games of all time, and the fact that like how many other like games are there that out there that's like based on a TV show that are actually decent?
There are none.
There are none. Here's where Rita is going to come up with some obscure game that no one knows about that is related to a TV show.
No, I don't think so. Also, there aren't
Um,
many games based on TV shows. In movies, there's a bit more. I think. I could be wrong.
I mean, just trying to think. There actually isn't any good.
There's some bad ones.
There's some horrific ones. But yes,
I remember rushing out and spending 40 quid when this was about 2008. I think I bought Deal or No Deal for the Nintendo Wii.
Well,
clearly you knew it was going to be bad.
That's your fault.
That's
so only your fault.
You can't blame.
Solely your fault. Like, honestly, Tim, come on.
But yeah, it's amazing the fact that The Simpsons that came out in 2004, 5, 6, somewhere around there. I can't remember.
What, The Simpsons hit and run?
Yeah.
2003.
Really?
2003.
Considering all these years later, people are still speaking about it. Like, it still shows that The Simpsons.
It's nearly 17 years old.
Yeah, it's like it's almost the game's almost ready to start drinking.
Yeah.
So I mean,
not in America.
Yeah, but that's because Americans are weird. We're not getting into this. But yeah, no. So for you guys, like for Simpsons, it's like yeah, there's so many things like culturally that we say, do, or know about just from Simpsons. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I guess.
But do you think the popular everyone likes the Simpsons here?
Yeah.
But do you?
They're alright.
But do you think? Oh, when's the next series? I can't wait. Or
nobody cares about Simpsons. The Simpsons is that thing that everyone knows is still on, but nobody really cares. Because like, if you talk with any like hardcore fan of the Simpsons, they'll tell you. After season 9, I think, everything's garbage. Or the quality decreased significantly. I think it's at season 9.
So is
after the Smithers, not Smithers, Principal. What's his name? The Principal.
Principal Skinner.
The Principal Skinner episode where like had like double or something, or he wasn't the principal. It's like weird.
Yeah.
So apparently after that episode, like everything went downhill. If you talk to a Simpsons fan.
So.
Oh, like someone who's seen everything from the beginning.
From beginning. There's very few TV shows that have this amount of episodes that you could probably watch from beginning and not feel like it's out of place. Because The Simpsons, going back to the very beginning, looks, sounds, and feels really off. Whereas as soon as you get to like series 5, it feels modern. So the hardcore fans would have to sit through janky shit. And
well, they would argue that's not janky shit. That's like good storytelling.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. The stories are great, but I'm just saying.
Oh, you mean in talk of animation?
Yeah,
it is like after season, I think it's 14. Well, like Burb, they change
to HD, didn't they?
Maybe yeah, but like there's a
Wasn't
season.
it the Simpsons movie, the very first HD? Because
I don't know.
That was 2008.
Yeah,
2007.
I remember.
Did you ever watch it when in the cinema?
I didn't watch the movie, cinema, but I did rent it. When video renting still exists, where you go to a place, rent a DVD, and then go back take it back.
Blockbuster.
So what?
Well, it wasn't Blockbuster, but I loved it.
So for you guys, like, was the Simpsons movie actually like?
I like the Simpsons movie.
Was it like the first time in so long that you actually got excited to watch something Simpsons-ish?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, I won't say I was excited. It came out, looked... Yeah, I knew The Simpsons. I thought it was alright.
I know this.
I mean, in 2008, we were what? 11?
I would have been 12. 12?
We're so good at math. I think it's 11.
I know I definitely watch it.
It's 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would have been 11. So I wouldn't say I was excited for The Simpsons. I know what it was. And it's very recognizable. So I mean, it was fun. I've watched it a couple times since.
Obviously, the most iconic thing is just the Spider Pig thing, because that's in like every GIF.
Spider
Pig
does whatever a Spider Pig does.
Can we get copyrighted? Yes, we can, because we're going to get flagged. Come on, YouTube's going to fuck us again. Yay!
Right, moving on.
Yay! Please
Which
don't flag
Simpsons
us.
character are you? Which one of these wants to go first?
Rita's butt.
I'll go first.
Okay, so where in Springfield would you like to be hanging out? Moe's, Quickie Mart, at home, the school, the open road, or the church?
At home.
Which of these 7 deadly sins do you commit regularly? Lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, pride, or you don't sin?
Probably gluttony. That's eating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a day or night person, or are you both?
I guess day. Nights to sleep.
What's your alcoholic drink of choice? Beer, wine, I don't drink, I prefer something stronger than alcohol, whiskey, or cocktails?
Oh, I don't drink often.
To be fair, for me and Tim, this is just kind of a personality test to know if we even know what Rita is. And in my head, I'm getting all the wrong answers.
So, on a scale of 1 to 6, how responsible are you? With 1 being not responsible at all, and 6 being very.
I'd say 5. What? Are you saying not responsible?
I'm not saying anything at all.
What do you do when you're bored in church, if you go to church?
I don't go to
Watch
church.
a movie on your iPod, interrupt and make a scene, listen respectfully, I will never be bored at church, or I wouldn't go to church.
I'm an atheist, so I don't go to church. You
Wow.
got that one, right?
What?
You knew that one, at least.
Yeah,
I
I know that one.
I thought you would sit there praying and just, being a...
Talking about
Which
my
one of
sins.
these is your ideal location? Israel, France, Ireland, China, Mexico, or Russia?
None.
None of the
If you had to pick one, where would you like to go?
Let's say France, so we can go Disneyland.
Oh,
Euro
that's
Disney.
That's a good idea.
Euro
And
Disney.
which Simpsons character do you hope never to run into? Hugo Simpson, Milhouse, Maud Flanders, Edna Krabappel, Sideshow Bob, or Principal Skinner?
Wait, let me see. Well, Maud Flanders is dead. Probably Sideshow Bob since he's a murderer, right?
I mean, you could interview him. We could have him for the podcast.
Sure. Okay.
So you are Marge Simpson. You are a selfless,
Alright.
loving, and unbelievable caretaker. It's a thankless job, but you make an admirable effort to keep the family functioning and together. Things will never function if it weren't for you.
Oh.
I mean, it's kind of true. You literally
go.
carried us through 3 years of uni.
There you go, I'm Marge Simpson.
And then you helped everyone out and got fucked over yourself.
Yay!
Yeah!
Okay.
Mitchell, same questions to you.
Let me see, because I can't fucking... I don't remember it off the top of my head. Right.
So read it out. You read it out. Oh, well, I just
Tim,
got-
you read it out and then I'll just answer.
So, where in Springfield would you most likely be hanging out? Moe's, Quickie Mart, home, school, on the open road, or church?
What, on a day-to-day basis?
Church. I think so.
Um...
Well, obviously we can class Moe's as spoons, surely.
Okay, Mo's then, because spoons.
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 And which of the 7 deadly sins do you commit regularly? Lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, pride, or I don't sin?
Pride is in gay? Or pride is in, like, the actual definition pride?
I think it's the
Right.
definition pride.
Okay, agreed.
Are you a day or night person, or both? I'm
Both.
going to say you're both. Yeah.
Both, 100%.
What is your alcoholic drink of choice? Beer, wine, I don't drink. I prefer something stronger than alcohol, whiskey, or cocktails.
I don't drink. Shut up, Rita. I know you're about to say I do.
Now, how responsible are you on a scale of 1 to 6?
2.
What would you do when you're bored in church?
Religion is bullshit, so I won't go to church.
And which of these is your ideal location spot?
So I know Rita's already said it, but I don't like France and I hate French people, but it's Disney there, so I'll click it.
Why do you hate French people?
Because they're annoying.
And which Simpsons character do you hope never to run into?
Hugo Simpson's just no. Milhouse, I think I'd get along with, but I'd end up killing him. Maud Flan, she's boring. Edna Krabappel, I think she'd be quite interesting to listen to, and then she would drive me insane. Sideshow Bob probably has good stories. Principal Skinner.
Well, you don't want to run into it, right?
You don't want to.
Principal Skinner, no. It's between Milhouse and Sideshow Bob. To be fair, I'll probably say Sideshow Bob because he only wants to kill Bart.
But you don't want to run into him.
Yeah, I don't want to run into him, so I don't want to risk becoming. I don't want to be the one being chosen as
You
Bart.
are Krusty the Clown. On the outside, you're a lovable person, but inside you are a well of complexity. You struggle with your internal world, and you most keep your issues to yourself. It's okay to let go sometimes, have some fun, and embrace the fun entertainer you're supposed to be.
What the fuck?
I mean, that's kind of true.
Yeah.
I try to be happy, but inside I'm a bit fucked. So yeah, I am. To be fair, when I was younger, I was always known as the clown, always making jokes, and always pisses people off. Yeah, so I'm Krusty the Clown.
Were you pretty surprised how accurate they were?
Oh yeah, Tim, go back to it. Where are you?
Wait, do you want to do me?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, we need to get that back up with my history. Let's have some music when we...
No, Tim, we're not putting music in. I'm not editing. Remember this. I just put the intro, the outro. Well,
Not even that.
I sometimes put the intro in and then I make it sound a bit better and I get rid of the noise and then I upload it. Okay.
10 years later.
A few moments later.
That's not the one. That's not the one.
Here's where Tim clicks his internet history and we're all a bit shocked.
Don't you just have to go back a few times? Come on.
I closed the tab.
Then go in your history and click on the link.
I think he's worried of what might come up.
Right, there we go.
Right, here we go. Where in Springfield would you likely to be hanging out most? Quickie Mart, home, school, open road, church?
It's got to be Moe's for Spoons.
Yeah, click it.
You were telling me earlier in the bus that you were sick of spoons.
Who's ever going to be sick of spoons?
Tim, this morning.
So what year? Which 7 deadly sins are you most regularly to commit? Last, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, pride. I don't sin.
It's probably sloth because
Yeah.
I'm lazy.
Day or night person?
A day person.
Yeah, 100%. What alcoholic drink would you usually choose?
I don't know. Could you class cocktails as vodka?
Yes, you would.
I'm still waiting for you to down that bottle of
Oh,
vodka
yeah.
you
How
promised.
responsible are you,
I've
Tim?
never seen you drink.
I'm about 4.
No, Tim, you're very responsible, and yeah, you're number 6, 100%.
I thought I was on number 5.
No, the reason why Tim's responsible is because we're the same people who just quit our jobs to go on holiday, whereas Tim's like, I can't do it, sorry. He says no. I'm like, Tim, just do it anyway.
Yeah.
What are you most likely to do when you're bored in church?
I wouldn't go to church.
People are going to think we're like religion
I hate
haters.
religion.
No, my
I
one.
mean, I do, but anyway.
I would choose Ireland.
Ireland? What?
Why?
That's so boring.
Because I've got a little bit of Irish in me, and I've never been to Ireland.
I know why he wants to go to Ireland, because it's the closest place to Wales
Yeah.
out of all this list. So yeah, go and click it. Which Simpsons characters do you hope never to run into? Hugo Simpson, Milhouse,
It's probably Hugo
Flanders.
Simpson because he's terrifying.
Who's Hugo Simpson?
This was Bart's. Was it congealed twin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't remember. that
Right.
at all.
So you are Homer. You're a lovable bundle of donut eating, beer guzzling oblivion. You're not exactly the most sensitive or
Congratulations,
thoughtful
you're an
father
alcoholic.
and husband, but you love for your family is boundless. The key is finding significant other who balances you out well.
Wait, we put like 6 on responsibility. How is he Homer Simpson?
Wasn't Homer the same person who shot a fucking pig out of a barrel across the Springfield, or was that? Yeah, it was him.
Oh, well, no, it wasn't, was it?
Doesn't he like destroy Springfield 15 times?
Bart's done it
it's his
several
fault
times.
that in the movie they need to be contained.
Didn't Bart and Milhouse go underground and found the old underground in Springfield and cause like a massive earthquake in Springfield?
I mean, probably.
Tim, no matter what, you are not Homer. Actually, no. Yeah, you're not Homer. What would you say that he is? I would say you're Principal Skinner.
Why?
I would say he's Ned Flanders without the religion.
Yeah, but then Ned Flanders without religion is nothing.
Fine.
Oakley dokley.
Yeah, no, I'd say you're Principal Skinner. 100%.
I guess.
I mean, fair enough if you think on that, but
What would you think you were?
I don't know. Probably Bart.
No.
No. What Bart? Why would you think you're
Something
Bart?
cool.
Oh, Tim.
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 Actually, are you more Millhouse than Bart?
Yeah.
Yes, you are Millhouse.
I mean, I've got the glasses, so...
Yeah, but so is Rita.
You also wear glasses sometimes.
I'm not wearing glasses. And plus I wear round glasses like Millhouse. Nah, I'm not Millhouse.
Just dye your hair blue.
What? Because you think I'm
Dye
going through...
your hair. Dye your hair.
What, going blue? Like, what am I fucking like going through my emo grunge phase?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm not done with hair blue. I mean, I don't know what happens to Tim's hair.
I don't know.
Tim, what happens to your hair?
What color is his hair?
I don't know.
It's blonde.
Yeah. What colour is my hair? Is it blonde? It's not blonde, is
It's
it?
blonde. It's a dark blonde, but it's blonde.
It's brown.
I don't know.
It's not brown.
I don't know what
It's a dark blonde. Brown.
I would put a picture in on the...
Mitchell has brown hair. I have brown hair. You do not have brown hair.
Is mine brown or is this? It's a dark brown.
Yeah, but it's brown. His is not brown.
I thought my hair was black for the longest time, and then it probably
It's not
changed.
black. It's not black.
Okay, so my last question to wrap this up. Who is your favourite Simpsons character?
I don't know. I'm not enough of a fan of The Simpsons to have a favorite character.
I like Lisa.
Really?
Well,
She's a vegetarian.
I like half of Lisa.
Disgusting.
She's half of what she says is like really cool and I like her, and then the other half is like she's some like weird vegetarian that's like ticks like every box, and it really annoys me.
Now, I haven't watched The Simpsons in a long time. I will have no idea what my favorite character is.
I like. Do you know what it is? I think it's just Homer because he's just too lovable. Do you know what, he's like that really irresponsible like uncle you have, who like tries to be the coolest one, always gets himself in trouble and just doesn't understand anything.
But he also strangles this kid.
Oh yeah, the fucking domestic violence in Simpsons is pretty extreme, and then that goes back to it not being a kid show.
Yeah.
How on earth is it like the most like iconic thing? One of the most iconic things in Simpsons is strangling your kids.
Yeah.
Name another TV show where you could get away with that.
I don't think there is.
Well, in today's, PC world.
No, Tim.
you
We're
can't.
no, Tim. We're not going down the political correctness thing. It just doesn't happen.
I've got a reference to PC world in there.
But political correctness is no. We're not going down there. We're not. No.
You sure you don't want to go down that route?
We don't want to go down that route.
Because, if The Simpsons were to be made today with that reference in there...
Oh yeah, no, that wouldn't happen. I want to ask the question, what things wouldn't be in The Simpsons if it was made tomorrow?
Half of the characters, because they're stereotypes.
Krusty's gone. Strangling Bart's gone.
Yeah.
Ned Flanders is gone.
Is he? Why?
Stereotypical religious man.
Yeah, but he's a good religious man.
Yeah, but he's...
It's not, like all of the harmful, like what they would call harmful stereotypes. So, the Italian chef, Luigi, is gone. Groundskeeper, Willie, is gone.
Yeah, Krusty's gone.
Yeah, Apu's already gone.
Yeah.
The Mexican bee, the bee guy.
Bumblebee
Ay
Man.
caramba!
Yeah, that would be gone.
Dr. Nick?
Hi everybody. Yeah, he's gone.
Probably,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's gone.
So half of the show.
Who are we left with? Maybe the Simpson family without the strangling and more... I think if we...
One thing they wouldn't show would be Itchy and Scratchy.
I don't know, because that's like a cartoon inside of the cartoon. Although they're animals, and PETA wouldn't like it.
Yeah, you're probably right. That probably won't be in there. So who would be there? Troy McClure, as in Hi, you may remember me from such films, blah, blah, blah. He would be in there.
Hi, I'm Troy McClaw.
The Simpson family would be there, just with...
Very tame. Simpson
Yeah,
family.
and someone like... Well, I think if you think about it, Lisa is one of the most like politically correct people.
Yeah.
Marge would have more responsibilities.
She would be working.
Yep.
Because being a stay-at-home mom
Is outdated.
is a crime against feminism.
And plus it's outdated. It can't happen. It
No,
just doesn't
people exist. Stay-at-home moms still exist. They're not popular, but like...
Who else would be there? Smithers probably would still be in there. What's his name? I'm drawing a blank. The long nose, really rich guy, works at a power plant.
Mr.
Morning,
Burns.
Spence.
Mr. Burns. Don't know. Yes or no?
I don't know.
Because
Maybe,
doesn't
but
it-
now he would donate to the environment.
Yeah.
To clean the
And
environment.
the nuclear power plant wouldn't be it. It'd be a wind
Yeah.
farm.
Yeah, there you go.
But Mr. Burns wouldn't be. Actually, Grandpa Simpson would be in there. I reckon.
Wasn't he an Nazi?
No,
No.
Mr. Burns was a part of the Nazis. Well, he wasn't
Oh.
part of the Nazis, but it was like an off-regime like extremist.
Okay.
Yeah, Grandpa Simpson would be in there as a. This is what you shouldn't be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what characters there are anymore. I had no idea Apu wasn't anymore in The Simpsons anymore.
Michael Jackson definitely wouldn't be in it.
Well, he's also dead, so that would be hard.
It would, but if we've got holograms,
Very true.
Yeah.
which I don't know why that means anything in animation, but we've got holograms now. But yeah, no, Simpsons is great.
Yeah.
Even though we don't really watch it, don't really care about it, it's still great.
Yeah.
I think that brings an end to the podcast. So, as mentioned earlier on, next week, Mitchell will be talking about 9/11.
And I'm actually going to be focusing on the conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
I was going to do the stories of the 9/11 victims, but I've decided the conspiracies are probably more appropriate for this podcast because Rita doesn't believe in any of them.
I don't know.
Because, as we all know, fire melts steel beams, right?
It doesn't. But it
Exactly.
weakens them.
What, so...
You
Okay.
you don't have to melt metal to like bend it. You know? It won't melt completely. Just hit it up to a certain...
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but surely
it wouldn't heat up
burning-
enough.
burning aircraft fuel will be warm enough to melt the beams.
Incorrect. It's roughly 15. It's roughly
weaken.
1500 degrees.
To weaken the beams.
1500 degrees, I think, is the maximum temperature of aircraft aviation fuel, and you need 2500 to even start warping or melting the steel beams.
Warping and melting are very different things.
Let's say it starts warping at 2000. You're still 500 degrees difference.
What is warping, by the way?
So
Is
warping,
it bending?
as in you've
It's
got.
bending, I
So
understand,
this
warping
is
now.
the beam, right?
It sort
Yeah.
of
It
goes,
kind of goes like It kind of goes like this. Instead of it being.
Well, there's no...
I'll show you with this. This is straight.
Yeah.
That's warped.
Okay.
So it's kind of a bend and kind of not a bend.
Yeah, but wouldn't the heat weaken it just enough that with the weight of the remaining
Potentially.
stories?
Yeah, potentially.
Because it wasn't just the plane that like...
It's all the paper and
It's all of the metal above metal and like weight
office
and
chairs,
structure.
computers,
yeah.
paper, electric wires,
The
everything.
concrete from like the stories
above.
floors above.
And
It's not just the plane.
And also all of the steel beams was coated in this fire protective cladding, and over the years it's just been removed, been not replaced properly. So if the fire got underneath it, it can.
Which probably did.
it can warp steel beams. What we'll find out next week. Because
that's the end of the podcast.
Yeah, I think to wrap up, Simpsons is great.
Yep. Simpsons is great. I can't think of any more to say. It's the most popular animated TV series of all time. And
is it really? Oh, yeah, okay.
It is.
It's the longest, it's the most popular, I don't know.
Out of the 600 odd episodes, I bet it probably is. Something like Star Wars or Clone Wars is probably more popular, but probably not as many views as make it 600 odd episodes.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, this was a nice short one this week.
Yeah.
Next week, 9/11, which was foretold by The Simpsons. And we shall figure out if we'll figure out
aliens did
and we'll figure out how I can persuade Rita that it was an actual inside job, because it was.
It was the aliens. I can see it now.
Why else would they be going to Area 51?
I can see clearly now.
The Twin Towers have gone. It's going to be a bright,
on that note, goodbye.
sunshiny day.